and welcome back to my channel. My name is Tamara Todd and I'm a pro makeup artist from London. As usual, I am on the lookout for new cool products that I test out and share with you in my monthly favorite videos. In this video, we're going to be doing this makeup and I'm going to be talking about the products that I like, why I think they're good and whom they may suit. So let's get to it. Okay guys, and we start with bare face and we'll gradually work my makeup throughout this video. And the first product that I want to show you today is Laneige. This is a lip sleeping mask. Laneige is a Korean brand. This lip mask is incredible. It is infused with vitamin C, coconut butter, sheer butter, and also muru butter. Have no idea what that is, but this is magic. It's very moisturizing. So once it goes on your lips, it's much thicker than any lip balm that I have tried in the past. Hence it is a lip mask. As I said, it's perfect for overnight. This is the longest period of time when you won't be touching your lips. You will be sleeping for at least 8 hours, I hope. So this is the ultimate time when your lips can actually soak in all of the goodness from this mask. So I'm gonna keep this on while I'm doing the rest of my makeup, so my lips are cooking and they are moisturizing. In the end of this video, I will be applying a lipstick, which is going to be more of a velvet finish, so this lip prep will be perfect for it. Okay guys, so the next product I want to show you is Liha Eden oil. This magic in the bottle is actually a cold pressed coconut oil that is infused with a tube rose. Now when this melts, you can actually see the rosebud in there. I'm gonna have to scoop it up with my nail a little bit out of the bottle so you can see it melts into my skin and turns into liquid. Right, so this is the oil that you can use anywhere on your body, hair, on your skin. I like to use it over my tattoos. It just gives it a really strong moisture and also like a really nice kind of a sheen effect, and I love my tattoos being super bright and vibrant. Today I'm going to be using it on my face. Now my face is already prepped. I have toned it and I have moisturized it. So this will be an extra layer of moisture underneath the foundation that I will be using next, and is more targeting normal to oily skin as I'm on a dry side. So this is why I chose to show you this gorgeous oil underneath my foundation to give me a little bit more glow and a little bit more moisture so the foundation doesn't grip onto my skin. You only need a very slight layer because you don't want to feel greasy throughout the day. So I'm literally working it in with my fingers because I want it to be absorbed fully before I move on to foundation stage. This oil, oh my god, it smells so nice. It has like this sweet honey-like smell to it. I don't know, it's very aroma therapeutic. I actually have been using it a little bit on my wrists as like a little perfume. Now the smell doesn't last really long, so you would need to reapply it if you wanted to use it as a perfume, but in the beginning of the day when I leave the house, it's just such a nice little pampering to me. Alright guys, now that the oil is absorbed in my skin, I'm gonna be moving on to foundation. And I want to show you this new foundation from Lisa Eldridge, which I just got last week. I'm going to be using number 6 and I'm going to be mixing with darker shade, which is number 19, just because I have only 3 colors. So mixing has never been a problem. I'm gonna squeeze a few pumps here. This is a new formula, so-called self-setting foundation, which means it does not require powdering to last throughout the day. Because of this foundation is not the most moisturizing, because if it was, it obviously would need it to be powdered. Best to describe this foundation is... oh look, I've mixed in perfect shade. I love when this happens. So, why I like this foundation? This is a very beautiful medium, but I would say it's more on a light side coverage. It will be great for somebody who already has good skin without many blemishes and just want that light coverage that will unify the tone. I have previously tried it on a few of my clients, and on these ladies that have a little imperfections, this foundation did not cover them. And you can see today I woke up with another spot around here, so this foundation will not cover it. It's not the most glowing formula, but it's also not super mattifying, so somewhere in between. So I'd say it has like a velvet finish. So for this reason, it will be great for somebody with normal to oily skin. For someone with a dry skin like mine, you would need to have a very good skin preparation with very moisturizing creams. As you saw before, I have used the oil just so it doesn't look drying on a skin. So that's why the skin prep is very, very essential before any makeup application, and it has to be exactly according to your skin type. Now you can see my lighting setup is very reflecting, and of course, because I have this oil underneath my foundation, my skin will be more glowing. But when I used it on my clients whose skin is normal to oily, of course I didn't use oil underneath. I would use just a normal cream, and this foundation is less glowing on them, so you can customize, which is brilliant. The description on the website to this foundation says that you must apply it in thin layers. So this is not the foundation to kind of blob on a skin and then start blending. I think you're safer going in a smaller steps, in the smaller layers, and building it gradually. But I think this is as much coverage as I can get out of this foundation. You can see the imperfection is still kind of showing through, which is okay with me. So it's kind of a more on the natural side, I would say. Medium, I don't know. I guess you could build it to proper medium coverage, but for me this is more on the light side. So I'm gonna quickly pop Beautiful Skin Radiant Concealer from Charlotte Tilbury. This is new product for me, but I'm super disappointed to say that this is not my favorite concealer. I've tried it on several occasions now, although I only have it for like few weeks, but I'm not in love. And I'm very sad to say that, because so far everything Charlotte Tilbury has been producing I have been in love with, but this concealer, I don't know. She discontinued concealer that was one of my favorite concealers ever, the Retoucher Conceal Stick, which I adored. I preferred it so much over this new formulation, but it's no longer available, which makes me super sad. How on earth could you discontinue such a wonderful product? I thought perhaps this new concealer was an improved formula. If I'm honest, it just doesn't do the same thing, and I don't know, maybe it's not supposed to be replacing the previous formula, but I don't know. Basically, I'm not in love and I'm very upset. It's much fuller formula than the original concealer. I was hoping that it will be just as nice and radiant and will melt into the skin the same way, but I just don't feel like it does. It's supposed to be a fuller coverage concealer, also with moisturizing and skincare properties, but it just doesn't do it for me. I'm sorry, Charlotte Tilbury, I love your stuff, but this concealer is unfortunately a disappointment to me. I'm gonna mix in a little bit of a lighter shade around the inner part of my eye, just for that extra brightness. I mean, once you push it in with a beauty blender, it kind of merges with the skin, mimics the texture of the skin, but I don't know, for me it just doesn't sit as flawlessly on my clients as well, and I have tried it on few people. And then when I stash this concealer versus other concealers like NARS, which is very moisturizing, creamy concealer, like this one never wins when stashed against others, especially with aging skin. This other concealer was just so flawless, it never set in lines, it just like gave that inner radiance. But this one, I'm sorry, I sound so disappointed, and I truly am, because originally I was thinking that this will be improved, but for me this is not an improvement at all. But on a good note, to rectify the disastrous concealer, I'm gonna show you another amazing product from Charlotte Tilbury, and this one did not disappoint. This is Airbrush Brightening Flawless Finish Powder. It comes in few colors, so I have a lightest shade and I also have a darker shade for medium skin tones. Sometimes I mix these two together. This one is a beautiful formula. It contains small particles that reflect the light. Yeah, you can see, so you see, even on me, this is just too pale, so I have to mix two. A little disappointed on the shading, because I feel like this is too pale for somebody of my skin tone and this is too warm for someone like me, so I actually have to kind of dab two together to mimic my natural skin tone. But overall the formula of this product is super beautiful. It's very reflecting. It sets the concealer and it also brightens under the eye area for that really natural glow within, and tiny mattifies but doesn't give you that super matte finish, which I really like. So I'm just gonna pop this in the middle of my face, on the forehead, and I'm gonna maybe lightly kind of swoosh here and here, but I don't want my skin matte, so I'm mostly concentrating in the middle part. And for the blusher, I will quickly pop Jones Road blush in Berry. This is just gonna go so well with my outfit today. This is matte blusher, but I really like it. You don't need a lot of it. You can see it's really it's really pigmented, and literally just swoosh it across here a little bit to tie everything together. Ooh. Oh, hold on. Here, a bit too much. A bit too much for my liking. So we're just gonna take it down a little bit with my beauty blender just to diffuse it into the skin a little bit more here. Yeah, that's better. Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of a very strong blushers on myself personally, but if you are, then this Jones Road blushers are actually really beautiful. Moving on to the highlighter that I want to show you. This one is Pillow Talk Glow from Charlotte Tilbury. Now this is another gorgeous product that she produced. I love all the details. Have a look at these stars. All of these tiny details, they just make the user experience, I don't know, just a little bit more luxurious. I'm a big fan of small details. When brands, and including the clothing brands, when they do clothes and then a tiny little details like a super fancy buttons or like a little label that stands out, things that make it a little bit more luxurious, I really like. So have a look. This is gorgeous. This is really beautiful. It's not fully transparent. It has a slight pink kind of a tint. So it kind of like doubles up as a, not so much blusher, but it blends into the blush so well because of that tiny rose pigment in it. So I really like this, and maybe actually even a tiny bit underneath my brow bone today because my top is very shiny. So why don't we tie everything together a little bit in the inner corners just to pop that glow. This one, yes. Concealer, no. Okay, now guys, I'm gonna show you 3 liquid eyeshadows from Lisa Eldridge that I am testing out now, and I am absolutely in love. I think there is more shades available. Originally I was planning on using the brown shade, but now that everything is kind of going within that dusty rose pink color palette, I'm actually going to show you this light champagne color, which is like in between champagne and a little bit on a pinkier side. These are brilliant. Have a look. It's very reflective. It is also very long wearing formula, which I love about liquid eyeshadows. Of course, not all of them have long wearing formula, but the reason why I like this particular Lisa Eldridge brand so much is because it literally doesn't budge. This is what I like about the products. When you put them on and they stay there, especially around these eye areas, you know, that area moves a lot. And of course, if you have oily eyelids, maybe liquid products will not be the best for you if you want the eyeshadows to last. But for me, I don't have oily eyelids, so this on its own, I just love it. Have a look. It matches the highlighter from Charlotte Tilbury so well. I honestly didn't expect this look to be so romantic. I was hoping to go for a little bit stronger finish, but actually now as I'm recording this video, I actually like the direction it's taken. So why not? Let's switch the direction and go romantic. Spring is approaching, and why not? Yeah, so I like to apply them with the fingers. Of course, as I'm a makeup artist and I use my products on the models and my clients, I can't really be going with the tube directly onto the skin for the hygiene reasons. I usually work off the back of my hand, but you guys already know this. You see this in my videos often. And fingers are wonderful. You know, you pick it up off the back of your hand, you melt it with your fingers, and you kind of dab it into your eyelid. Of course, if you purchased it for yourself and you're not a pro makeup artist, you can go straight away with a wand. But I just find that the application is more controlled when applied with the finger. I think I need more definition on my eyelids, so I'm actually going to be using Lisa Eldridge Muse eyeshadow palette, and I think I'm gonna go with this color here. I may start with this one because they're really pigmented, and then I'm gonna deepen the crease with this brown shade. This is my new palette. I've only tried it once before, but I really love the color payoff. It's kind of powder, but it doesn't feel very powdery, if you know what I mean. It's almost like wettish, which is really good. That means that it will be easier to pick it up on the brush, and also when you blend it into the skin, the fallout is minimal. So this is what I like about powder eyeshadows that have that velvet-like finish. So I can pick it up here, it goes on, it doesn't look powdery. They adhere to the skin so well without falling off, especially now that I have already done my skin. I'm gonna pick up this color to just deepen the crease a little bit more. I hope this makeup looks alright on camera, guys, because I'm literally trying to use my screen as a mirror and just checking everything in that tiny mirror over here. So I hope the finish is flawless. Yeah. Just matching with my shirt. Eyes with a crease, with a strongly defined crease like mine. When you're applying lighter shades on the eyes, almost always they kind of ask for that definition around the crease. Otherwise this area becomes so highlighted, and that natural crease designed to be darker is just reflective. On somebody with a flatter eyelid, this would work without defining the crease, but if you guys have similar eyes to mine, then you will see it's more beneficial to kind of add that tiny shadowing around these areas. And I'm gonna pop the same color underneath here. The makeup will be really light. I mean, I didn't expect it to come out so light and so dreamy, but hey, I'm making it up on the spot here for you. In real life it all looks a little bit heavier, but I think it's always like this on camera. Always looks less. Okay, now I need to define my lash line because everything is so dreamy and so light. If I don't define, my eyes are gonna get lost. So for that I'm using Jones Road brown liner. Hope you're gonna see. And I'm just gonna go in my lash line. I want to define only 3 outer quarters of my eye. Maybe even like a tiny flick around here. Yeah, can you see the difference? Eye definition is really necessary when working with super light colors on a medium skin tones. I mean, medium. I am medium when I have tan. Right now I'm super pale, but I'm still not the English rose type. So my eyes require definition. Yeah, and a little bit in the inner corner here. And I'm just gonna take this tiny bullet brush from my Kitco and just smoke everything out a little bit more. Going on the outer edge of this pencil and kind of smudge it, just so we get that nice and diffused soft shadowing around the lashes. And you will see like this, even the lash line already just looks fuller. It's a cute little trick. I actually really like it. What do you think, guys? I'm gonna do the other side of camera not to waste time, and we'll come back for the next product. Okay, so this is my eyes done. I also popped this mini Carolina Herrera mascara, which is really thickening. It's a super mini tube with a very thick applicator, which was really hard to apply underneath my eyes, but I've managed. And as you can see, the lashes are like tripled in amount and thickness. So if you are after thick lashes, then this mascara would have been great. Okay, now onto the lips. For the lips, I'm going to show you 2 of Lisa Eldridge products. Now, originally I was thinking of making lips darker, but since we are going within this pink palette, I have changed my mind. And I'm going to show you this lip liner in color Muse. It's a little bit similar to Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk, just a little bit warmer in shade. It is also really long wearing liner. I have tried these on before, and just like Charlotte Tilbury's, they literally don't budge. So if you're after a really long wearing lip liner, this will be your friend. So this shade Muse, let's have a look. Now watch my lips grow. Sadly, I do not have a big lip, but I can make myself a big lip. Okay, Yeah, that's more like me. One thing to say about these liners, very creamy in formula, goes on a lip really nicely, grips onto the lip really well, sets really quickly, and it's almost like you have time to stretch it across the lip, but once it's on, it kind of sets and it actually stays for a really long time since it's a waterproof formula, so that's a big bonus. The only downside of these pencils, I would say, because they're so creamy, you use a lot of them really quickly. That length of a pencil, I just wish it was a little bit longer, because that means that it will finish really quickly and I'll have to repurchase. But I guess with these companies, this is what they want. They want you to love the product, they want you to use it and repurchase it again. So the quality is incredible, but I just wish that the sizing would have been just a tiny bit bigger. Besides this, it's gorgeous product. The lipstick I'm gonna use is Velvet lipstick from Lisa Eldridge in shade Velvet Intrigue. Looks like this. It's pretty much is going to match the lip color that I have on now. Right here. Oh, it's just such a pretty color. This is a velvet formula, which means it will stay on a lip for quite some time because it's not glossy, it's not drying, it's very comfortable formula to wear. Yeah, it's very beautiful dusky rose color. Feels very nice on the lips, feels thick but very creamy, like not oily, just really covering and very moisturizing. Alright guys, so this is my February selection complete. I hope you enjoyed watching this tutorial. I hope you'll try the products that I have suggested and fall in love with them as much as I did. Now, if you like this sort of videos, I am trying to produce monthly favorites every month. So far, I have been quite successful producing one review video a month. I hope I will have time to continue doing that. For now, thank you very much for staying with me, for supporting my channel. I'm slowly growing. I am over the moon that people keep subscribing. Thank you very much for that. Please leave comments. Request videos are very welcome. So if you guys want me to create certain looks or test out certain products, by all means pop in the comments and I'm gonna try to address. For now, thank you once again and have a wonderful week, everybody.